Hello! Welcome to my one and I assure you only Let's Play video. As you can see, the game we're going to be playing through is Toby, The Secret Mine. This is a side-scroller platform puzzle game who I would expect holds appeal more to the casual mid-core gamer than, say, a hardcore gamer, because it doesn't require a huge time commitment to complete, nor particularly high mastery of skill. I mean, if I manage to get through it, it can't be that hard. That being said, this is actually my second playthrough of the game. I'm losing a lot of the sense of uncertainty and discovery that make this game so fun. The core mechanics, for example, running, jumping, and interacting were all things that I had to figure out on my own, because the game gives you zero instructions. But again, that's to add to that element of discovery. Besides discovery, other types of fun that we can expect are sensation, thanks to the awesome graphics, and challenge, as we do still need to actually execute getting past the obstacles. Okay, so we start in this little pre-game level that acts kind of like the exposition or setup of the game's narrative. Just gonna get used to the controls again here, one sec. You can see we are in Toby's village, which is not all that lively, because this red-eyed dude, he has been kidnapping all of our friends and hiding them away somewhere, so it's our mission to find them, which means most of the game is the rising action of the story, and then in the last level we get the resolution and conclusion in the form of a boss battle of sorts. I'm just gonna get a little closer to this guy. Boom, and we can chase after him, though spoiler alert, it just takes us back to that menu, so we're gonna go ahead and skip to the actual gameplay itself. Okie dokie. So, level 1 of Toby, The Secret Mine. Something that I think this game does well is keeping players grounded in the narrative. They do this throughout the whole game by having this kidnapper constantly, or not always constantly, but he keeps showing up, and so we have the feeling of the chase the whole way through the game. More so in these first few levels, I guess just really sets the pace. And reminds players like why they're going through this. What I like is that throughout the different levels he does different things to kind of like thwart our plans. Like here he just dropped a rock near us. Later on he'll shoot at us, but always ends up running away. It's nice that it's not just how we saw in the intro level where if you get close he just takes off. Now we get to interact with him a little more. Another way we are grounded in the narrative is by having this extrinsic reward of collecting the villagers, or saving the villagers. I think that's a good thing to have a bit of an extrinsic reward, because this game is very reliant on intrinsic motivation, because it's about overcoming these obstacles. There's no tangible outcome from those other than that sense of accomplishment that you have. So it's nice balance to have both kinds of reward. Whoa, wait, how do you get over here? Is that a different one? Wasn't, okay. Well, looks like we can't get back over there, so I guess he just flew over. That's cool. So I mentioned that the game doesn't have any formal instructions. Instead, they nudge a lot and kind of prime the players on what they can expect or look out for in a game. Like this massive transparent wall, for example, it indicates to me that I can expect other walls that are kind of fuzzy on the edge like this to be fake ones as well that are probably hiding something. We can hop over here. I'll probably die if I fall down there. Don't think there's anything hidden. This one, for example, behind looks pretty solid and crisp, so yeah, no. Particularly in these first few levels, the indicators are a lot more obvious than they are later in the game. Like this pulsing gray dot, for example, you don't really see that past level 4 or 5, but that's telling me that I can press shift and activate the switch. And the gears are moving. We can go see what it's doing. Oh, a box. We can take this box, push it over. I guess that's how I can hop up to the kidnapper. and up, and of course he runs. So we chase him. And again, there's another gray pulsing dot. Like I said, you don't see that, especially not this often later on, but it's just the way the game helps to teach you the mechanics and, do's and don'ts, what's interactive, what's not. So we'll click that. Hop up again. That's definitely solid. You never know, though. Sometimes it's hard to tell. And chasing him again. You can see here this is actually the end of the level, but the wall again is fuzzy, so go through and yeah. Alright, and on to level 2. You can see that we're in a different environment. The background's yellow instead of green like the last one. And later on you'll see some of the worlds bring different obstacles or challenges with them. Like there's an ice world that's obviously more slippery, and so it's really hard to execute jumping in that one. You can see there's a switch here, but note that there isn't that like gray pulsing light because they've taught you that mechanic in the last level, so now we don't have that indicator anymore. We just have to kind of try and see if it works, and it does very nicely. Brings up these stones for us to get across, so it's something where if you don't know that mechanic of activating the switch, there's no way you can get past that bit. This wall looks pretty solid. Yep. Just double checking again. Oh, Jesus. Crap. So you can see the game is very trial and error based. The fact that there's no real penalty for deaths. In Mario, like, you have, 5 lives, and if you die the 5 times, it's game over. I like that this game doesn't have that because it really puts the emphasis on the discovery and the puzzle of the game versus that bit of challenge. Holy crap. How do I get past this guy, though? There was something... Oh, see how I jump and the nest starts to move? That's the way that the game nudges. So if you hit it once, the thing doesn't fall, but you can see that, okay, it does move, it's interactive, and then it fell. Which is nice to distract the plant thingy. Which is also similar to Mario. There's a lot of similarities I noticed between this game and Mario, including the different terrains, a lot of the obstacles, the way you have to jump and time these things. Oh, I landed on the kidnapper's head. Huh. Okay, anyways, you can see there's a box up there. Obviously I can't reach that just yet, so there's gotta be something. Maybe it's a hidden wall, hidden lever. The wall this time was harder to see, like it wasn't quite as fuzzy, so the game's a little inconsistent there, but that's just why we gotta check them more often. You can see that ledge came out up there. Obviously can't get to that, but I can go back and get that box maybe. Push it over. Oh yeah, so we raised this rock from the ground so I can get up to the box, and then push the box over all the way. Cool. And then hop up and up again. There's nothing there. It's kind of weird how sometimes you can go past the walls like that. It makes me think that there's something there, but just another thing of the game. There's more little bees' nests, which, okay, I can interact with them, but clearly they don't really do anything more. Just more environment, though, which is cool. Oh god, another dropping thing. Okay, so this time I'm ready. I waited. I can see after that last experience, didn't want to die on spikes again, so yeah, again, these obstacles are really similar to those in Mario where you gotta, like, time things and whatnot. And that brings us to the end of level 2. I promise you it does get more challenging later on. I know these first 2 levels were incredibly basic, but I thought they gave good examples of how the overall game works. And, I don't want to spoil the rest of the game in case you guys decide to try it, because it is about discovery, and the game definitely has a novelty to it. I would say it's best the first run through, honestly, unless you don't collect all the villagers or you want to speedrun it. I don't think there's that much reason to replay the game. Bomb incoming. So yeah, you can see that the game does get a little more challenging as you go. That being said, it was a pleasure to play through. If you enjoy Mario-style games but want something more intellectually challenging, maybe with less of a time commitment, then yeah, Toby's not a bad one, for sure. This does bring us to the end of our Let's Play, though, so thanks for sticking around, and yeah.